Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to the 2023 Golden Apple Awards for Excellence in Teaching and Leadership. Yes. It is so beautiful to see you all here in Champaign, Illinois, to honor these amazing 10 teachers and 2 principals. On behalf of my co-leader, Alicia Winkler, our board chair, Nancy Northrup, our staff, and all who are part of the Golden Apple community, congratulations. And at this time, I ask you to raise a glass to all of our recipients. Cheers to you. You are amazing and you are changing people's lives. Cheers. You know, this is a special return to the Golden Apple Awards. We were finally able to honor teachers and leaders last year, pulling together all the COVID classes at once. But now we're back honoring class by class. This is the first group. As a statewide organization, we're having these awards for the first time outside of Chicago here in Champaign. It seems probably to you like a long time since you got that email from Nellie saying you'd been nominated. But here you are now. You know, I was out on a run this morning, and I had the chance to reflect on all the surprise visits at all of your schools, whether it was in a classroom, a school assembly, or, a parade down the hallway. I hope during that and right now you're able to reflect on the love that you felt and the impact that you have. It's clear that you enliven your schools and the classrooms, that you engage and honor students and teachers, but you do a lot more. During my principalship, I had a teacher who I referred to as a magic square. I did not do this in person. This was just when I got home to my wife. For those of you who are not educators, a magic square is a type of graphic organizer. It's a way that teachers use to help students organize things. And this teacher, my magic square, created innovative, high-energy lessons, but they didn't really have a purpose. They were fun. They were engaging. Students were active, all things that were important, but they didn't advance students' learning. They weren't tied to any discernible objective. The same can be said of principals. They can be high energy, affirming, approachable, but that's not necessarily enough. But from what we heard on our school visits from your students, their parents, your colleagues, superintendents, from our own observations, what you do is beyond that energy and engagement. You make certain that students learn. Whether this is by leading professional development for your staffs or creating lesson plans that build on students' learning and help them understand connections for the knowledge they already have. And because of that unique combination, you are inspiring others to follow in your footsteps. You are allowing others in your communities to see that they can do the same for others. They can change lives. They are seen and they matter. And it's because of the work you do. You may use magic squares or fish bones or cluster diagrams or decision trees, but you are not those things. You are life-changing educators, teachers, leaders, who in very trying times understand that what you do matters to students and their families and their communities. You understand how to meet the needs of individual students. You find the right levers to support them and their families. You show love, which is sometimes tough love, and you do it because you know they need it, and you know that you are going to make them better because you are golden. Congratulations to all of you tonight.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Yes. Let's get those clapping hands going. We are here to celebrate incredible and educators. Okay, so I do have to pause for a second. It is kind of awkward to be up here with the name tag. So award recipients, when you come up here, please remove your name tag. It'll make things a little smoother up here. Okay, so first up, before we meet our awardees, we are going to have an opportunity to view some videos that highlight their experience. So here's our first one.
I try to tell my students it's okay to be different. It's okay to be unique. Just be you. Math skills are necessary, literacy is necessary, but I think students need to find their way within it and how it applies for them. I want my students to understand the purpose and how it connects them and the purpose of why they have access to education. I need to see you for who you are and make this applicable to you. I just want to continue that journey, not only within the education world, but just in everyday life. Every single kid is the future, and we impact the whole future. This is a relationship that's not just teacher-student. It takes a village, and that village extends beyond the school, the hall. It's a community at large. This is our environment, our house that we have together. And so if we can take care of our house together, we'll take care of each other. When I succeed, you succeed. When you succeed, I succeed. And we say that every day. It's a field where you often feel unseen. And so it's nice that Golden Apple is taking the moment to acknowledge and put a spotlight and see there's a little bit of magic that happens in every single classroom. And so you all just got to highlight the magic that happened here.
We get forgotten a lot down here in the cornfields, and that's part of why we're in the cornfields, but it's also really nice to get acknowledged every now and then. You haven't forgot about us down here. Really give them the love of what you're doing, that you love. Spread that. That's the contagious part. As a small town kid from near here, to say, you can get out and do these crazy, awesome, cool things. Go out and experience this. And you might come back and bring back new knowledge. I think that gives it a lot of weight. It gives it importance to them. They can connect to it. And that's, to me, is what gets them excited. I would hope that whatever teachers can help mentor, I just want to get them to do that. Find it what you love and share it. That's the best thing you can do. That's fun. How could that not be a good time, you know?
Invited guests, it is my absolute honor to call up our first set of recipients, starting with Latavia Hinton.
Can you hear me? Yes, okay. Whew, that was looking a hot mess up there. All right. Standing here is an inexpressible event in itself. I'm grateful to everyone who has been a part of my servitude journey, from my family, friends, colleagues, students, sorors, and in between. I cannot thank God enough for making my existence fruitful and ensuring that my focus drives through dedication. This award is a dream come true and a motivating spirit for all my future endeavors. Teaching is considered to be a selfless profession, and many don't acknowledge our efforts, but this award solidifies my beliefs and inspires me to work even harder. Thank you, Golden Apple Foundation. Thank you.
I gotta lower it every time. As Latavia said, teaching is always considered a selfless profession, but we are here to pay gratitude, and the next recipient that we'd like to call up is Anquinice Brown.
God is just. I accept this honor on behalf of every student growing up in a community where they don't feel seen, every student that doesn't fit in, and every student that's not sure of their place in this world, every student that's too loud, every student that's too quiet. I see you. Every student deserves a teacher that can relate to their unique situation. Every student that I have taught has taught me. Even in this moment, I think about all the gifts, talents, and contributions that each student holds, and that becomes the fuel that inspires me to pour into them and watch them be great. This is a calling. My hope is that I always walk worthy of this honor. Give, and it will be given back to you. God has truly blessed me, and for that I am so grateful. Thank you.
Lower that. I'm wearing heels too, I promise you guys. And we saw some beautiful highlights in that video. One of them is from, I think, just about 50 miles from here. It is my honor to call Scott Safer to the stage.
So my first years of teaching, I was on the White Mountain Apache Reservation in northern Arizona. And I was having a star party with my students. Clearest sky as you can imagine. We get kids together and look at stars through telescopes and get some elders in, tell some stories, have a campfire afterwards and tell stories and eat marshmallows, good time. And one of my boys looks through the telescope. I tear up telling the story. Darren just looks through the telescope, and we're looking at the Andromeda galaxy. It's 2.5 million light years away. It's a cluster of billions of stars, and it's so humbling. If you haven't seen it, find a way to go see it. It's one of the most amazing things. It always puts me right there. And he gasps, and he thinks about it, and he looks at me and he goes, wow, he goes, we're just one little thing in this whole big system, huh? And I'm tearing up. He says, and I'm looking at it, and I go, for a moment, I've got a teenager who knows his place in the universe. You know, their world's this big, and all of a sudden now his world is limitless. And it
As a teacher, just that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to do.
I can resonate with some of that, Scott. Some of our moments in life just kind of make us tear up or get overwhelmed with the joy. And seeing some of the highlights from the surprises for our recipients is one of those moments. Makes me think about 2014 when Alan and I were in that boat. But as a fellow, it is my honor to once again introduce another set of highlights with really fun surprises in them. Let's roll.
I really don't feel like it's my celebration so much as it is theirs. We have spicy words in my class, and so my spicy word is relentless. Our mantra is no student left behind, so we are not gonna give up on anyone. It took a community to get here. My professors who were pushing me to think critically, to think differently, to take a risk and try something. And guess what? If the lesson bombs, if it fails, so what? You still learned. Putting all this together in a toolbox, so now when I have that problem again, I know what I did that worked.
Before students, they're human beings. Before learners, they're kids. I would not be the teacher I am without these students at all. We call it a family, so we're just a big family in here. These are kids, they have emotional, social needs, and we're gonna take care of those first. Because if we don't take care of those first, then the learning is not going to happen. And now I can teach other teachers how to do just that. That's part of my passion, is just bringing more excitement and love to the field of education. This is my job. My job is to mold these kids and to be the very best community members and citizens so that I can create a whole future generation of just amazing people.
Everything we do here at Big Hollow is for our kids. Teaching is a partnership. We're a partnership with the community. We're a partnership with parents because it takes that connectedness for kids to trust you. In my room, I have 21 individuals, which means I need to meet 21 different sets of needs. It's really about rapport. It's about developing relationships so those kids know you and they trust you. The kids deserve somebody who's willing to work hard, to pursue excellence, not to settle. If you just want to be good, this is not the career for you. You need to give it 1,000% every day.
I told myself, if this happens, I will not cry, but obviously that did not happen. There aren't very many teachers that choose to work in a Catholic school long term. It's important to know that the work that we're doing isn't going unseen. The community is going to be proud to know that there are great teachers in every sector of our education system. I try and build a classroom environment where my students feel like they can be successful no matter what. And if they aren't successful on their first try, they will be on their second or their third or their fourth, and they're gonna continue working at it, and I'm not gonna give up on them. I want to work with them until they've reached their greatest potential.
It really is incredible to see the highlights from the surprise, because I don't know if everybody in the room knows, but when our awardees give that interview, it's right after this whirlwind of Golden Apple walking in and all the celebrations, and it's on the spot, and you hear everybody so far has mentioned how they show up every day for their students. That is the first thought that comes to mind, especially when you're being celebrated. Speaking of celebrations, our next awardee is from just 1.4 miles down the road. Welcome, Chemitrese Tate.
Okay, I'm going to not cry. Those are so good, so good. I'm humbled and grateful to have been selected as a recipient of this prestigious award. I can pinpoint the day when I made the decision to not just exist in, but transform my learning space. It was the day I asked myself the question, what would happen if I asked the students what they wanted to learn about, and then designed a learning experience around that? As a teacher, I endeavor to center the scholars, their interests, families, ideas in the work that we do. It means the world to me that this work has resonated with Golden Apples and others. Thank you so much for this award.
Gotta lower this every time. And recipients, it's okay. Whatever emotion is coming on at that time, feel it. And I'll say that right before we bring up Chelsea Young. Congratulations.
Martin Luther King Jr. said that the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and think critically. Intelligence plus character is the true goal of education. As an educator, I promise to always create a learning environment where students not only feel they can speak, but they're heard. They're not only accepted, but loved unconditionally. And not only feel safe, but safe to grow beyond potential. I'm humbled and honored to stand here today as a recipient of this prestigious award. I feel so blessed to be able to touch more students and future educators' lives through the work of the Golden Apple Foundation. Thank you.
Hey, she got to get it twice today. It's kind of cool. And let's keep that momentum going. The next honoree that I'd like to call up is Andrea Woods.
Okay, well, I have to raise it up. And this is just phenomenal. So I first want to say thank you to Golden Apple, to Alan for making this ride absolutely incredible. I do want to give a shout out. It's not in my speech. I want to give a shout out to my mom. My mother is I'm a third generation educator. My mother's 80. Sorry, Mom, I'm going to tell your age. And she is still teaching. She teaches arts. So the DNA is strong, and I am just beyond humbled and honored to stand before you accepting this award as one of many worthy candidates. Never had I dreamed this would be possible. There's a quote that's been attributed to several people, and it's that education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. And some call what we do a job. I say it's a calling, a higher calling to instill and inspire the love of learning and the opportunity to teach my students that the thirst of knowledge should never be fully quenched. As teachers, we're blessed to serve. We're touching small lives, but we make a big difference. Let us make the most of every moment that we have with our students, our colleagues, our administration, because what we do is rewarding beyond measure. Thank you.
It's pretty incredible. My mom was a teacher as well, so I think that's nice when we get to have that bit of legacy. And it is incredibly rewarding. And my reward is that I get to call upon Rachel Werderitz to the stage.
Okay. As a runner, Marilyn Monroe's quote, "Give a girl the right shoes and she'll conquer the world," resonates with me. If anyone would have told 11-year-old me when I used the back of my bedroom door to teach imaginary lessons to a class full of students, in just a few short years, you will run countless miles and you'll be recognized with the most prestigious award any teacher can dream, I would have thought impossible. But I stand here as proof that with a great pair of running shoes and a heart full of passion, those lofty dreams become truly possible. And I'm very honored and grateful for this amazing recognition. Thank you.
Rachel, your sparkle is contagious. And with that, let's see our next group of recipients shine.
There's like no way both of us could win.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of what we had decided, that one of us was going to win, maybe. If we were lucky, the odds were in our favor.
Right, and then we decided we just want to support each other no matter what happened.
Yes.
That's my area of expertise. I think to be able to connect with my students and to know their struggles, to find out their struggles, to find out their celebrations, and just be happy and sad with them. And then, connecting with the families and just being close the whole year and then still checking on them after they leave my 4th grade classroom.
The administrators do a tremendous job of giving teachers creative and artistic freedom.
It's just a very tight-knit community, and I just think it's a lot of support from one another.
These students, they come with powerful testimony every day. And it takes the shape of their sense that they're making of the curriculum, the issues that they grapple with across social and emotional landscapes. And every day I aspire to be a worthy witness to that testimony, to take them seriously.
I can't wait to get in and mentor other teachers and get them as excited about teaching as I still am 18 years later. I am all about community. I try and do as much as I can to educate our students to go out and enjoy the community, learn about it historically, as well as help out as much as we can. Couldn't do it without the support of everybody here. I have a great community that has supported me from day one. I don't just see this as an award for me. I see it as an award for my students, present and past, all the people that I work with. This is a we award. It's as much for my district as it is for me.
That was pretty incredible this year to have 2 winners at the same school. First of which we would like to call and congratulate Helen Chan.
deeply honored to receive this prestigious Golden Apple Award, especially as an Asian American educator. Stereotypes had a negative impact on me in high school and allowed me to slip under the radar. After being expelled, I firsthand experienced the vital role of a caring teacher who values each student for their individuality. This experience shaped me into the educator I am today, where I strive to guide and support my students wholeheartedly. Receiving the Golden Apple has validated my commitment to my students while also fulfilling a childhood dream. Thank you.
And now honoring from just down the hall from Helen, Rick Coppola.
Are we good? The suit is hidden different after lunch, so you'll have to forgive me. Teaching has gifted my life in profound ways. Working with the youth reminds me daily of the power of the human story and the multiple ways of knowing that they bring to bear. I have been privileged to hold the classroom as a site to honor these stories and do the work of caring for the hearts and souls of my students. Engaging in the reciprocal act of testimony and witness, as I shared in the video, makes me a better human being and reminds me how lucky I am to have a role in co-constructing the imagined but not yet realized future. Thank you.
Shout out to Table 12.
Yes, absolutely. Take the apple with you, too. Before we bring up our 10th teacher recipient for the afternoon, I know that kind of was like, who's our last person and why am I pausing here? I just wanted to take a second and say that it is really special, as you've heard tonight or today, that the award kind of changes your perspective on education. And we experienced that in 2014, and you consider, what's next? What do I do with this, as someone described, validation, appreciation, opportunity, this platform? And so recipients, I encourage you to stay engaged and be part of that calling, that call to action. I know when Alan walks in, he says, and you're gonna help train that next generation of teachers, lift our profession. And that's why I'm pausing here. It is really special for me to introduce our next person, as they have already answered that call and signed up to be a Golden Apple mentor. Please welcome Sabrina Gooden.
Shorties. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and fellow educators, I stand before you today humbled and immensely grateful to accept the prestigious Golden Apple Award for Teaching Excellence. This honor is not just a recognition of my efforts, but a celebration of the collective passion and education that we all share, shaping young minds. Teaching is not merely a profession. It is a calling that fills my heart with purpose and joy. Daily, I step into my class with the mission to ignite the flames of curiosity, instill a love for learning, and empower my students to dream big and reach for the stars in their quest for greatness. I owe this award to my incredible students who inspire me every day with their thirst for knowledge and their resilience. They are the ones who truly deserve this honor, this recognition for they are the reason that I do what I do. This award will serve as a reminder that teaching is a privilege, a responsibility, and the opportunity to shape the future. Together, let us continue to sow the seeds of knowledge, kindness, and compassion, nurturing a generation that will in turn change the world for the better through the power of education. Thank you.
The next person that will be coming to the podium, I'd like to say that, Sabrina just said, right, and we're powerful educators. This person is absolutely a teacher for life, as we teachers are, whether you're in the classroom or not. That's one of my favorite aspects. She is also wearing several other hats. An important one is that she is the chair of the Golden Apple Board. I'd like to welcome Nancy Northrup to the podium.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Alicia. Thank you, Alan. Thank you, everybody who's in the room today. Today, we celebrate you, the teachers and leaders, and it is a calling. I am a trained early childhood special educator and have gone on to teach for over 40 years in many capacities. Golden Apple is in my heart and soul, and I am very proud to lead the board of directors currently. So on behalf of the entire board of directors, thank you for the work you do. Thank you for representing the foundation in such a beautiful, professional, and energetic way. And we look forward to celebrating you as years go by. And there are many opportunities to stay engaged in the organization. And we hope you take advantage of all of those opportunities as mentors, teachers, leaders. So welcome to the family on behalf of the board. I'm also up here representing my own family, the Golder family. My father was a founding board member of the Golden Apple Foundation 38 years ago. His passion for education never wavered, and he believed that all children deserve an excellent education, excellent leaders in schools, excellent teachers in schools. And as a friend of our founder, Mr. Koldyke, they together started this foundation, and it has grown to be what it is today. Mike Koldyke is with us in spirit. He is at home today, but I know he would be so incredibly proud of what's going on in this room. So thank you to everybody for that. The Leadership Award was named in my dad's memory, and our family is grateful to carry on his legacy in this way. He was a leader and of the utmost definition of leadership. He led our family, he led in his business world, he led in his world of faith, and he led in the world of education. So I'm very, very grateful to continue this legacy today with our Leadership Award recipients. If you will now pay attention to the screen once again, you will see the video introducing our two leadership awardees. Thank you.
It's an innate kind of quality for me to want to do right by our kids. It's not about the title, it's not about the money, it's not about any of those things. It's about somebody being better because you had an opportunity to impact them. And that really is how I live my life. And that's why it's natural for me to want to work with all types of students. Because I know if you support students and you show them the path, that they'll be great. I know that. My parents gave a lot to my brother and I've just always felt like I needed to do the same for somebody else. It's like a tree with many branches. You have an opportunity to, help others flourish and become great. And then the goal is for them to go out and help somebody else. And that's how we get better as a world or as a community.
I will try and continue to set a good example
continue my learning like I hope for everybody else. I love helping other people to be even better, and I think this is one way. You know, just receiving this myself, it makes me want to do even better because I've been seen in such an esteemed light. The fact that I was, you know, with some other incredible leaders, it's just such an honor. I think it's important for us as neighbors and friends and coworkers to be nominating each other. I care very deeply, and I think that's how that comes across to them, is that they are heard, and I am always trying to problem solve ways to make things better for our community here.
Please welcome to the stage from Kenwood Academy, Karen Calloway.
So, just so you know, I'm not really good at reading speeches. I will say that as someone who's receiving an award, and probably some of my colleagues might feel this way as well, when you're constantly giving, it's sometimes hard to receive. It's a weird kind of feeling, you know. You really just want to give because that's who we are. We want to do our best. We're very passionate about it. And so when we receive something, we have to slow down and think, okay, this is for me in this moment, and live in it. So that's what I'm going through right now, just to be completely transparent. My speech says, how exciting. How exciting to be honored by an amazing organization. I've always envisioned being of assistance to students in my community, and I had an amazing upbringing by two visionary parents. I feel that I need to provide the same life lessons to my students that were provided to me. I have to give my all to ensure that my parents' impact continues to live not only through me, but the life of others. I'm so extremely blessed to be able to live in my passion and make a difference with young people daily. Additionally, being able to lead a team of truly dedicated teachers and staff to build a unique experience for all my Broncos and all my students has truly been the highlight of my career. So thank you.
Please welcome to the stage Kathleen Lopez Rodriguez from Charter 1 Primary.
Well, I am so humbled and so grateful to receive this prestigious Golden Apple Leadership Award, and I'm accepting it not as this honor, not as an individual achievement, but as a representation of the unwavering commitment of our entire school community. Together, we have worked to create an inclusive environment where
Each student's potential is cherished and nourished, regardless of their background or abilities. As we are celebrating together this moment, we can also acknowledge that there is so much work yet to be done. And we can pledge to continue breaking those barriers, embracing innovation, and evolving with changing times to prepare our students for the challenges that lie ahead. This award reinforces my belief in the transformative power of education and my commitment to fostering a culture of lifelong learning. Together, we can continue to make a profound difference in the lives of those we serve, becoming the architects of a brighter, more compassionate world. Thank you for this tremendous honor.
Again, a heartfelt congratulations to all our teachers and leaders today. We look forward to, oh. Throwing me off. We look forward to keeping you engaged in your continued leadership and teaching as we go through the years at Golden Apple. I am now very honored to reintroduce actually our inaugural Stanley Golder Leadership Award recipient from 2014 and now president of Golden Apple and co-leader of the foundation, Alan Mather.
Oh, that feels good. You know, sometimes you wonder, you hear so much about the state of education, the fights that happen over education every day in boardrooms, on chat rooms, wherever it may be. But after hearing the people who are being honored here today, I feel great about the state of education in Illinois. We have amazing teachers, we have amazing leaders, we have those who care about children and do everything they can to make certain that they are getting the education and the lives that they deserve. So one more time, let's hear it for our award recipients. Thank you so much for your time, your talents, and your gifts. We are grateful to all of you. Thank you so much. Good night.